Guys, we are here with Axel. We are at Cherry Park. And we're just walking behind that dog right there, but we're going to branch off the other way. So, a couple things I wanted to talk about when it comes to Axel in particular. Um, when it really comes to passing other dogs, he's doing fine passing people. He doesn't really have an issue with that. Passing other dogs, we're still working, but he's doing great as long as your handling skills are where they need to be. So if you really just give him give him the rule to do whatever he wants, like he was kind of doing before, he will still react the same way. This is going to be a lot of showing him a new way to go about walking past other dogs. And that's going to be in a very relaxed state. So our whole goal, especially with Axel, but all dogs, is to really communicate calm state of mind with him. So when we first got to the park, and really when he first comes out of his crate, or when we first go anywhere together, he's very excited the first couple seconds that we get there, and he does that, spins in circles even when he's sitting, and he knocks his head into your legs, and he still gets really excited. So right then and there, it's really important for you to relay calm behavior back to him. If you get all worked up and you start telling him, like, no, cut it out, don't do that, he's going to get all worked up too, right? So, sit. Good boy. Stay. Heel. Right there. Good boy. Heel. Okay, so. Good. Good boy, buddy. Come here. That was great. Sorry I interrupted my thought. Just wanted to make sure that I did that properly. So just like that. So you have to make sure you're on point when it comes to your handling skills. You have to show him that you're in control of situations and that you are calm, and he can do the same thing, right? So he sees that guy over there again still. But he's not like all upset about it. He's not like laser focused on him. He's not doing that where he like chatters his jaw and starts to drool. Those are very anxious behaviors. So relaying to him calm state of mind is so important for him, and it helps him so much. So as soon as I see another dog, I start being proactive. I give him space first off. I'm giving him the space he needs to not have to pass this distraction and something that's difficult for him, just head on and very quickly, and just expect him to be perfect at it, right? That's tough. It's not like we've changed who he is. We are just showing him repetitively a different way to do it, and it's going to be up to you to continue doing those repetitions with him in order for you to see the results that he's showing me right now. So, like I said, when I first got here, it's very calm. I just come out of the car, I put his transition on, and I really just stand still. And I wait for him to get all those jiggities out, and I make him stay into a calm state of mind. Right, so I just come like this, and I will just stand here while he's doing all that wigging out. Like, he's calm now because we've been here for like 15 minutes at this point. Probably more even. But again, there's that dog. We've been walking around with him. You can tell he's not even like laser focused on him or anything. He's just like, oh yeah, there he is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but making sure that you're in the lead and having a strong heel is really important for you with him. He has to know that you're the leader. If he takes control and he's even this far, see how he stopped to look back at me? Because he knows he's not supposed to be up there with me right now. So if you do straight lines a lot, what's going to happen is he's going to figure out what pace we're going, but he's not going to be focused on you anymore. So just going in a straight line isn't a very great way to work on a heel. You want to make sure you're doing a lot of turns, a lot of zigzags, things like that, so that you're giving him things to follow. Look, follow me this way, follow me this way, right? Doing all of this is what's giving him something else to think about rather than the distraction of the other dog, right? So doing all these turns. You can also, I always say you have a type A and you have a type B dog. A type A, we can put them in a sit position and let the distraction go by. At least they're in a grounded sit position. Good boy. Type B dog is what we're doing with Axel. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Yes, good boy. Sit. Good. Heel. Good. Sit. Good. Heel. Good boy. Good job. Out of heel. Good. Good. Right there. Yep. Right, so I'm not going to give him all this time to just stare at the other dog. He's going to learn. He's going to decide if he wants to react or not, and we're giving him way too much freedom to make up his mind right there. We have to set him up for success and show him, no, don't even worry about staring at him and thinking about all of that. Follow me. So giving him a lot of things to do is super important. So even with the squirrel, he went to go pose because he saw the squirrel. I just gave him one tap on his button just to say, pay attention, right? So the button isn't we're reprimanding you because you've done something wrong, right? Where like I've said sit and you didn't do it, so I'm going to stim you. You don't want to use it that way, right? You want to use it as a way to basically pair it with his name to say pay attention. So even using his pager button on the front, which is just a vibrate, is a great way for you to be able to pair it with his name. So like when you're walking and you want to get his attention, like let's say you've given him a pop and he sees something and he's like not paying attention to the pop, you can give him just a vibrate. And that at this point, he knows that means, oh, she's talking to me. And it kind of like snaps him out of that laser focus state, right? So you always want him focusing on you. The second he loses focus on you, you've got to get it back as quick as possible. And you're going to do that just by turns, by sits, by pace changes. Anything you need to do to get him to continue to focus on you is key, because if we just go in a straight line, he's going to lose focus real fast, and then he's taking back the power again. Ready? Place. So I've never placed him on like this rock before, right? So I'm going to give him a new challenge. Axel. Guys, I'm not going to let him try and pull the transitional off. What I am going to do is walk to the other side of the rock and not let him follow me. Good boy, right? So now he's got to come up and around. Come on, buddy. Ooh, even here we have like a step, so this is kind of good because I can show him. Good boy. Come here, Axel. Let's try this real quick. He's so distracted by the transitional. So the transitional is just for healing. When you're doing something like this, you need to add a little bit of pressure, and you don't want to add pressure to his muzzle when you're doing something like this. So the transitional is strictly just for healing. So if you're doing something like this, you can take it off of him. Ready, buddy? Come in. Yeah! See how much easier it was without that on him? He was kind of like, oh, yeah, this is fine. Good boy. Step. Okay, so I'm going to make him place on it now. Now that it's something that he's been on, and he knows it's safe and it's not going to explode or anything, I'm going to do the same thing again. Good. Stay. All right, so I'm going to make him stay. Excuse me. We have another dog out there in the distance, so we're going to go stalk them for a second. Okay. So, and you can see that the slip lead still works. You don't have to do it as a transitional, but when you're out in public, I recommend it because it really drives it home faster for him. But I'll show you. Same idea. You're just going to put it up really high as you can get it to go. Silver loop, stay centered with his nose, and then you're just going to use the same method. So he just noticed that dog up front, right? So he was kind of staring. Now he kind of lost interest. He's not super interested. The good thing is he's done a lot of socialization with the other dogs now, and he's learned that he really likes to play with other dogs. So he's not as like, who are you, to like everybody. Now granted, it's still ingrained in him that this is how he's behaved for so long that it's become a habit at this point. And old habits die hard. So you have to make sure that you're really sticking through, because even with new dogs, when you get new dogs, I usually say, not just me, it's kind of a rule of thumb, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months when you get a new dog. So he's been with me for 3 weeks now. That's just enough time to start understanding a new pattern and a new way of doing things. So it's going to take time for him to really make that a new behavior, not just we're working on a new behavior. So, and already I'm going to already put the transitional back on because I see a huge difference with it. He's already trying to pull ahead, like pulling to that tree right there to go pee was kind of a big no-no. When we're healing, you don't get to just break for whatever reason you feel like. Let me just put this down. I don't care if it means you have to pee. I don't care what it means. You don't get to break the heel until I say okay and release you from the heel, right? So he has to understand that. So walking in the grass is always more difficult because grass retains scent, and especially males that like to mark, they are going to it retains that scent, so they're going to want to pee. So even as a professional trainer, I try and steer clear of healing on grass if possible. Concrete doesn't hold that smell, so it's a lot easier for them to understand. Plus with the transitional, using it only for healing, it's like putting a vest on a therapy dog where they start to understand that this is a working tool. It means that you are working with me right now as your handler, and that's really important. He's got to kind of understand that you are in control of things. Even things like this, right? So I'm going to place him on here. Axel, place. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Yeah? Right? Anything you can do to keep him thinking and practicing commands and working with you is going to really be beneficial to your relationship with him. Having a strong working relationship is going to make your lovey-dovey relationships so much better because you're going to be able to enjoy working with him, and that just makes your life so much easier. So, but all in all, he's doing a really good job. I'm really proud of him. It's certainly not a super easy thing to pick up, so I'm certainly going to be here with you for the process of bringing him home, when we do his take-home lesson. He's really good in the house. I don't think you had a lot of issues with him so much inside as it was more going on walks and stuff, and socializing him and things like that. So we'll definitely make healing and walking in your neighborhood focus to that. I'm planning on taking him out in your neighborhood either tonight or tomorrow morning to practice in your neighborhood as well. So we can do this on his home turf. And like I said, we'll focus on that together when we do his take-home lesson and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to continue on our path, and hopefully that was helpful. Good job, X. We'll see you later.